FPL double game week 25 team selection. Game week 24 finally came to a close last night in the Merseyside derby, and we saw some table bones in action for the first time. And in today's video, we'll be going through my team selection for game week 25, as there's another double game week with Liverpool and Aston Villa doubling. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that like button and hit that subscribe. Let's get into it. What's up? It's FPL Vert, where arrows go green, and as you can see, they did go green. Yeah, up to 75k now, which is a great position to be in. Obviously, you can just hopefully push on from here, especially with chip season around the corner. But starting at the back, Pickford, of course, 10 points, immediately repaying the faith because I brought him in last game week. Got 9 points in the 4-0 win over Leicester and got 1 extra point last night. So we'll take the 10 points all day long. The Liverpool triple up, of course, with Trent having suffered an injury 69 minutes into the Bournemouth game. He sat out the Plymouth game and came back to play 30 minutes against Everton last night, which is fine. Gakpo won an assist against Bournemouth and also didn't do much after that, but we'll take the 7 points. And of course the main event was once again Mohamed Salah going off for 29 points in the double game week. Quite funny that people were questioning the triple captainship, but of course triple captainers are now 29 points, got 29 points extra from triple captain. But the main event for this assistant manager chip is that Moyes, we saw table bones for the first time, as of course he won 4-0 in the first game against Leicester, which was for 12 points, and then just by drawing he got 10 points with Liverpool last night. So very exciting end to the game week. Of course Palmer returned, even though people keep selling him for some reason, and of course Chris Wood scored a hat-trick, which feels like a lifetime away against Brighton. So great week up ahead, and of course let's go into what my future plans are. So into the confirmed and planned transfers, I can confirm that Ismail Assar has left the building. He's been a very disappointing own, so happy to get Justin Kluivert in, who's returned a league-leading 45 points over the past 4 game weeks, finding the net 5 times as well as supplying 2 assists, and has been named the January's Premier League Player of the Month. So very happy to own someone in great form and look forward to owning him as the Cherries face Southampton, Wolves and Ipswich within the next 6 game weeks. Also planning to move on is David Moyes. Thank him for his efforts, especially the Arsenal fans for taking points off Liverpool, in addition to getting table bonus for all assistant manager chip backers. And we'll be moving him on to Unai Emery, who follows the same vein, so he'll be facing a relegation struggler at home in Ipswich, and then also facing Liverpool at home for some table bonus. So fingers crossed for there. And just a question on the Arne Slot red card yesterday. No, he will not receive minus points, and no, he will not receive a suspension. Those are the rules. So into the team selection, and Jordan Pickford travels to South London this week to face Crystal Palace following the derby result against league leaders Liverpool last night. Through that last gasp equaliser through Tarkowski, they should be in great spirits. Crystal Palace are in good scoring form though, finding the net in each of the last 8 matches in all competitions, so probably best to hope for saves in this one. Trent Alexander-Arnold made his return from injury with a 30-minute cameo in the Merseyside derby, so he'll definitely be in the squad. Whether he starts both games we're not too sure, as Liverpool have quite a lot of games coming up, but hopefully he does start at least the Wolves game, as they've just scored 3 goals in the 5 game week since the turn of the year, and no team has fewer goals in that time span. James Hill of Bournemouth, my 3.9 million defender, super duper differential. He was slated to return for game week 25 for this Southampton fixture, following his injury against Chelsea in game week 19, as Areola gave a timeline of around 4 weeks, which took us up to the 11th of February this week. So I'll be starting him in the off chance that he makes a return, but reporter Alexander Smith of the Bournemouth Echo has mentioned that he will ask an update in the Bournemouth press conference following a Twitter interaction with myself. So yeah, hopefully we get some news and some clarity on that. Gabriel Magalhaes, well, his Arsenal were rocked by an injury news yesterday, with the bombshell that the Athletic's David Ornstein reporting that forward Kai Havertz has been sidelined for the rest of the season with a hamstring injury, suffered in the warm weather training in Dubai. This now means that Arsenal's top 3 scorers in Kai Havertz, Gabriel Martinelli and Bukayo Saka are all currently injured, leaving Gabriel Magalhaes the joint second top scorer out of the remaining players available for selection. However, following Liverpool's drop points in the Merseyside derby just last night, all Arsenal can do for now is grind out wins and hope that both Martinelli and Saka can return for the final weeks of the season. They can accomplish that with a resilient backline, and no side has conceded fewer big chances in the past 4 game weeks. Their trip to Leicester City in the Saturday early kickoff therefore presents a pretty good opportunity, considering that Arsenal have conceded the least amount of big chances in the last 4 game weeks as well, and no team has scored less goals than Leicester City's 3, which is joint with Wolves. Fresh off a 29-point haul to delight the triple captainers, Salah is once again the easy captain choice. It's not even worth discussing. Wolves have allowed 20 big chances in their last 6 matches, and the Villains have managed just 2 clean sheets out of their 10 home league games at Villa Park this season. They also haven't recorded a shutout in 6 matches in all competitions since their away win at Everton. Justin Kluivert gets his first start in the team as Bournemouth travel to Southampton, who have lost each of their last 6 home league games, and the Saints are without a clean sheet in 5 attempts, most recently crashing out of the FA Cup against Championship side Burnley at St Mary's Park. This is very much up for debate still, with Brian Mbeumo and Chris Wood, as it's massive selection dilemma really, because I can't bench anyone else, as you'll see in the team selection. And even though Wood is most certainly in better form, having just scored a hat-trick, going away to Fulham is not as easy as going away to West Ham, but I do trust Wood and Forest more than I trust Mbeumo and Brentford. So for now, I'm totally undecided, and this is only like this because of the design. I actually don't know who I'm going to bench at the moment. But since the turn of the year, Brian Mbeumo has 5 returns in 6 game weeks. Of course, 3 of those came against Southampton, but it's still true. And West Ham haven't kept a clean sheet in 4 games, conceding 7 in that time. So let's see where we go with that one. Definitely keep your eyes locked for my Twitter when I lock in the team, because I'm not decided on who I'm benching yet. Cole Palmer is scoreless for 3 matches, but with Chelsea hosting Southampton and Leicester in back-to-back match days in game week 27 and 28, we'll be hoping to punish his sellers. Brighton have lost in back-to-back league games, which includes a 7-0 thumping at the hands of Forest in the most recent game week. Morgan Rogers has returned in 6 of his last 8 home appearances in all competitions, including the Premier League, Champions League and the FA Cup. So he's got 10 goals and assists in his last 8 home matches. But he keeps being inconsistent in the league, so understandably some people are getting a bit annoyed. But he is a 5.6 million midfielder, so what more are you really asking for really here? He starts for Champions League team and he's great. So most recently he just got a goal and assist against Spurs on Sunday, so we're hoping that he can continue that form, at the very least against Ipswich. So he's definitely my top pick for game week 25, probably the only pick I'd actually look at even if I was on like a free hit for this week as well. So, especially as Ipswich has conceded a league-leading 14 goals over the past 4 game weeks. Of course, if Watkins was fit and firing, it could be a discussion, but as you'll see, I don't want to sell up my forwards. Cody Gakpo loves playing at Anfield, and he's now scored in each of his last 8 starts at home in all competitions, scoring 9 times in that run. So for the double game week, it's a very easy own. And Alexander Isak has scored in each of his last 5 league road trips, a run that stretches back to the start of December. And Man City haven't kept a clean sheet in their last 4 home games, and in the midweek conceded 2 goals within 10 minutes for the 9th time in their last 24 matches. So Man City is definitely a defense to get at, and obviously I was considering selling Isak, but I'm just not going to do it anymore. So that's the team for this week. I'm also looking to bring in Unai Emery as mentioned, so that will be confirmed probably make that transfer tomorrow, because obviously the deadline's tomorrow anyway. So just want to make sure that I hear from the press conferences first, and we'll go from there. So if you have any questions, please drop them into the comments. Of course, you can DM me on Twitter as well, or Instagram, and make sure you drop a follow there while you're there as well to keep up to date with my plans. So thanks for the video, and I'll see you next week. So good luck for game 25. We will love double game weeks.